Jake Shining might have made a huge mistake trying to kick the head off of the dragon of that snake. That is the Syndicate. Jake Shining, for now, must deal with Mason Conrad one-on-one. But could this get ugly? Could the rest of the Syndicate get involved? They were obviously displeased about what happened earlier tonight to their manager when he got kicked in the face. Jake Shining said he didn't want any part of the Syndicate. But then why did James Russo help Jake Shining over this long stretch of time accumulate victories on his own? He kept saying that Jake Shining was the one missing piece of the Syndicate that he needed to make it happen. But Jake continued to dodge the question and just continue to do what he does best, and that's wrestle in the ring. So the question remains, is Jake Shining on the Syndicate side? Is he on GALLI's side? Whose side is he on? And that he didn't say yes or no to James Russo, so I assumed that based off him kicking Russo in the face that he wants nothing to do with the Syndicate. But then again, if this is the final battle, then where does he stand? Conrad, the enforcer of the Syndicate, now is being put in this arm wringer now. Hammerlock from behind, and into a side headlock. Jake Shining trying to battle the odds now of knowing that he has to take on the Syndicate's prized warrior, and at the same time needs to be concerned over what the rest of the Syndicate might do to him. Shining with an arm drag of his own. Well, Conrad thought about the same thing, but Shining was too quick. The two men recovered very easily. Both men trying to cover each other early, but neither man has been knocked out for a great length of time. Quick strike to the midsection. Here, look at that. Jake Shining in a fireman's carry. He had Mason Conrad up, and he probably was ready to drop him and knock him out, but Mason Conrad, on that first exchange, was wiser and avoided the issue that could have been catastrophic. Jake Shining against Mason Conrad. These two have had multiple battles in the past, and each and every time that these two have competed against each other, Mason Conrad has always had allies on his side. But tonight, Conrad's all alone. Atomic drop by Shining. Quick drop kick to the shoulder. And a clothesline. Conrad sent over the top rope, nearly dropped on the floor on his head. Unfortunately for Conrad, he used those ropes to maintain his momentum as he fell to the floor on his hands and his knees, as opposed to his head. Shining wants to take a dive onto this man. He wants to wipe him out once and for all. Watch out! He goes over the top rope, but he holds on. Quick kick to the side of the head. Shining to the ropes. He's gonna fly. Oh, Conrad cut him off. He intercepted him right there. Conrad with repeated strikes to the head. Mason Conrad fighting on behalf of James Russo, who's knocked out earlier tonight. The reverse chin lock applied. Conrad would like nothing better than to make sure that he took out Jake Shining and was the one man that was successful in doing it. No one else from the Syndicate has been able to do it yet. Jake Shining, a rising star in GALLI, might at one day eventually get his hands on championship gold. When GALLI had that multiple man, I believe it was a 32-man invitational tournament, Jake Shining advanced almost all the way to the semifinals and almost won the whole tournament, which was eventually won by Mason Conrad, as these two met in that tournament that took place months and months ago. In the later stages of 2011. Now it's 2012, and they're still at odds with each other. Conrad with a straight right hand, levels Shining. He's got his legs hooked, and Shining gets that right shoulder up. The main event, GALLI Lucha Libre, 5-star slot mark, an event that has seen a tremendous amount of historical happenings, including new tag team champion. Quick power slam by Shining. He's got his shoulders down. but Conrad brings the left shoulder up before the count of 3. Noriega moments ago took on Traidor, defeated him, and he and Eduardo Azteca will go one-on-one eventually, if not tonight, then on November the 4th. The feud between Funebre and Pentagonal is bound to take place, and when those two lock horns, you have to think that Funebrito and Pentagonal Jr. will get involved. That long-awaited grudge match, one-on-one, will happen. That most likely will take place November the 4th as well. Snap suplex by Conrad. He goes for the cover, and Shining shows that his youth and his talents are not going to be cut off and chopped down at the hands of the Syndicate's Mason Conrad. One thing that fans will learn right away about the Syndicate is that just when you think that the Syndicate is down and out, they find a way to succeed anyway, and it's all because of James Russo. But not only that, it's because he has assembled a top entourage of the best luchadors there are to offer. Leaping knee smash, and he almost finished him there. I don't understand why Mason Conrad is being sent to go to war with Jake Shining without any other members of the Syndicate at ringside. Something about this picture does not make sense, and maybe as this match continues, we will have some questions answered. Shining rolls him up from behind! Temporarily, but not long enough. He flapjacked him right there. He dropped him on his face. He could get another chance. But a 2 count again. Jake Shining, arguably the top young star in this company, the one that everyone wants to see in action, steps up, tries a sidekick, but he trips and falls. Single leg takedown, and now he grapevine the leg and dropped that foot right on the canvas. That DDT to the ankle and foot can have tremendous effects on the hamstring and the quadricep muscle as well. Conrad is frustrated for obvious reasons. One, his manager was wiped out by Shining earlier tonight, but more importantly, he's got to do this against Shining one-on-one without any of his Syndicate members to aid him at his side. Conrad has been more effective with his hands and with his feet than Shining has in the most recent 5 minutes of this match. And again, he locks in that neck vice as he goes for that reverse chin lock. For months and months, Jake Shining has had to make a choice. Accept the fact that he has been recruited by the toughest organization in GALLI, or be the man that is on everyone's hit list. My goodness, he kicked that ceiling hard. But fortunately, he landed on his feet. Shining springboard from outside to inside of the ring. He tried a sunset flip, but Conrad rolled out of it. Now he's trying for the Boston Crab. He's locked it in. Conrad's locked it in. The final battle, these two men. Here in the main event of GALLI's Lucha Libre Spectacular to end the month of October 2012. Oh, look at that! Rear naked chokehold here. Trying to make Conrad give up. Can he make him tap? Conrad's fading. Conrad's got nowhere to go. Wow, backward roll, but he still hasn't in that reverse chin lock. Conrad trying to breathe, and he backs Shining into the corner. Delivers not one but 2 elbows, and a third. He exposed the bone of that elbow right up against the skull of Shining. Leaping knee smash. Rock Shining's head. Quick snapmare. Shining down. Conrad! Springboard and a moonsault. He's laid out Shining. Wow, 2 count only. Conrad was dangerously close to landing on his own head. Both of these men willing to put their bodies and their careers on the line to wipe the other man out. We've got a standing room only crowd here at GALLI Lucha Libre, as well as internet fans watching around the entire country. in all parts of the United States of America, Puerto Rico, Mexico, as well as Europe. He got the savant kick. He kicked him in the face. That was the same one that rocked Russo earlier tonight. But Shining cannot get up. He's been hurt. Both men are down. The final battle. The Syndicates. Mason Conrad, former GALLI World Champion. Jake Shining. One of the top stars of the entire company. Conrad now twirls, tries to crawl. Shining, grasping the top rope and stumbles to his feet. This match has taken a lot out of both of these men. Now, they exchange right hands in the ring. Conrad blocks and tries. Wow, Shining hit him so hard he nearly knocked the taste out of his mouth. Shining's had enough. Shining wants to end it now. He can't stand this man, and he wants to do this his way. No one else's way. Look at that. He dropped him guillotine style right on his own knee. That leaping kick to the face. He's got Conrad down, but that left boot gets on the bottom rope. To beat Conrad one-on-one, Shining might have to do something he's never done before. Jake Shining slowly brings Mason Conrad back to his feet. He sends him to the ropes. Oh no, he dropped him on his knee. Conrad, belly-to-belly suplex. He's used that move to defeat Shining in the past. This is it! Shining's down! Whoa, the 3 count came down, but the left shoulder popped up. What's the verdict? 2 count only! 2 count only! It was 2 7/8. Jake Shining has some life left in him, but Conrad's had enough. Oh, he might go for that Bernie Hammer maneuver. Oh, he dropped the leg on his head. Conrad got his head sandwiched on the bottom of the ring. Conrad kicked out too. The fans want a 3 count, but it was only a 2 count. This crowd is anxiously anticipating what will happen next. All the eyes in this building are focused in the ring. The crowd is clapping. They want to see Shining take out Conrad once and for all. Oh, Conrad, he avoided the sidekick. Spinning slam by that man, Conrad. He took him end over end and dropped him right on his shoulders. Shining's down. He kicked out again. Near fall after near fall. The match continues. Conrad's going after the referee, Payload Chi, like he can do anything about it. Conrad now prepares, drops the knee pad. Oh no! Shining caught him! Oh yeah! He dropped him with that neck breaker! Shining! He's got him! He pinned him! It's all over! Tonight, he ended the wrath with a Syndicate once and for all.